I want to read you a poem. It's entitled Joy by Joanna Harrider. This blessing may come as a song or a silence, as hearty bread or exquisite sorbet, as belly laughter or gentle hug, as enlivening idea or painstaking process. This blessing might rest on you gently in the deep, star-filled night, or push, pull, and play among sunbeams and cool breezes. This blessing might hide, especially when you're most desperate to see it. And then, all of a sudden, there it is, or isn't. Or maybe, probably, it is in that other place, the place you didn't think to look, the place you least expected to find it. This blessing of joy is a shape shifter, and so we miss it sometimes. But trust me, it is around here somewhere, always waiting on the edges, and nestled deeply in the center of who God created you to be. What I really like about this poem is that it reflects that paradox we know well, that joy is both difficult to grasp at times and yet absolutely core to what it means to be a Christian. Joy is a shape shifter, and so we do miss it sometimes. And yet at the same time, joy is nestled deeply in the center of who God created us to be. This Advent, we celebrate the Word made flesh who lives among us, as John wrote. God has visited his people and promises us that we are never alone. As he lovingly presences himself with us, he offers us the fullness of joy for which we were created. When we accept the friendship of God, we experience joy. Listen to Zephaniah 3. Shout for joy, rejoice, exult with all your heart. The Lord is in your midst. And for those of us who are struggling to locate that joy just now, we remember that God himself is the source of our joy, not our circumstances. We choose to declare with the prophet Habakkuk, though the fig tree should not blossom and there be no fruit on the vines, though the yield of the olive should fail, yet I will exult in the Lord. I will rejoice in the God of my salvation. When we walk through the joyless shadows, we hold fast to Jesus. We rejoice in him in the present, and we remember that the joy experienced in this life is but a foretaste of that which awaits us in heaven. No eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has imagined all that God has prepared for those who love him, Paul writes. Billy Swan puts it like this: we're an Easter people, even at Christmas. Even now we possess the joy of the resurrection that draws us forward towards a future of joy with God forever. So friends, I pray for this gift of joy for you, even if that old shape-shifter is difficult to get hold of just now. I pray that this season you would re-engage with the one whose birth story is glad tidings for all humanity. And as Christmas approaches, I pray that you may keep choosing to rejoice in the Lord, in his presence, in his gift of salvation, in his goodness, in the hope of heaven. May you know this joy nestled deeply in the center of who God created you to be. Our Advent hymn this week celebrates this joy, this news of happiness which God has brought to us in and through Christ. How lovely on the mountains are the feet of him. It is sung by the soloist Jenny Hart, accompanied by Michael Harrison, and it's made available to us once again by the Down and Dromore Diocesan team, and we thank them. God bless you.
How lovely on the mountains are the feet of him who brings good news, announcing peace, proclaiming news of happiness. Watchmen, lift your voices joyfully as one. Shout for your King, your King. See eye to eye, the Lord restoring Zion. Our God reigns, 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 our God reigns. Waste places